Hello, listeners, and welcome to the 4th episode of All in Our Business podcast, the show where we discuss hot and controversial relationship topics while sharing our love journey along the way. I'm your host, TC.
And I'm your girl, Kiki.
We got a special shout out this week.
Okay.
Shout out to Cleo.
Cleo.
Yeah, she's our first fan mail submission to the podcast. So I think we announced it at the end of the episode last week. If you wanted to get in contact with us or you wanted to give us some topics that we can discuss throughout the shows, just hit that little connect with us text here button. So she's the first one. So shout out to Cleo. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thank you
for the feedback. I know you gave us some great feedback on what we're doing, and we'll continue to do it. So thank you, and shout out to Cleo.
Yes. Thank you so very much. We greatly appreciate it.
So let's get into our topic for today.
What are we talking about today, babe?
We're talking about baggage claim or residual. So just to give a quick definition of that, that's just us. The baggage that you might bring into your relationship. So we're going to discuss things that you can bring into a relationship that could definitely affect it in a negative or positive way. Not all baggage is bad. You know, sometimes you gotta get that. You got that good Louis. You got that good Louis luggage that you take.
That's quality right there.
Quality, right. So just keep that in mind. But I'm gonna go ahead, Kiki, and get into it. Let's go.
Here we go. So when I think of today's topic, baggage, I think of the song "Bag Lady" by Erykah Badu. I knew you was gonna start. You gonna hurt you. How does it go? Dragging all them bags like that. Anyway, not at all. So the image comes to my mind of like one person having their hands so full with so much baggage. Maybe it's unforgiveness, hate, resentment, unresolved emotional issues, past hurt, negative experiences, disloyalty, or even childhood trauma. And you have all of this in your hand that you're unable, and it's weighing you down, that you're unable to have a free hand to reach out to the person that may be designed for you or designated for you. So again, I don't think all baggage necessarily may be bad, but some baggage is bad, and it can weigh you down and not allow you to be free for somebody that is designed for you. So as I think of this, I'm just reminded that baggage can easily sabotage any new relationship if it is not addressed. And we had to address our baggage when we first started in our relationship, because I was divorced, and then you also, what is the word you use? A widower.
A widower.
All right, so without further ado, let's start with, you normally like to start us with a scripture. So what scripture do you have for this week?
So this week we got Philippians 3:13. No, dear brothers and sisters, I have not achieved it, but I focus on this one thing, forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead.
That can be hard.
That can be extremely, extremely difficult, but we all know you can't live in the past. The past is just that. It's no longer there. Tomorrow, as they say, tomorrow's gone. You can't go back and change anything that happened yesterday.
Right.
So when it comes to baggage and taking it into a new relationship, it's difficult. I mean, you have your triggers, you have your things that you're going to deal with, but ultimately you can't take that into the new relationship. And I know for me, that's one thing I definitely tried not to take when I started dating again, of course, because I had this preconceived notion of how I was married and how I did things then. And I had to quickly learn that I can't do everything that I was doing before because I'm with a different person. So I can't do the things I'm used to doing. So some things that I had to adjust, some things I had to do differently just because, I'm with a different person and they don't have the same things that I had to deal with when I was married. So,
absolutely. Yeah, was that hard for you? Because you were married for what? Close to 20 years?
Yeah. 19 years before my wife passed. So, I mean, that's definitely a long time to be with one person. You get to know that person intimately and getting to know all their little quirks and everything that you have to navigate when you're married and becoming one. So that definitely was a change when I got out and started dating again and realized, now don't get me wrong, some things I was able to bring in to my new relationship because they were effective.
Absolutely. I would definitely say, even like when we're talking about is all baggage bad, and no, because you literally brought in some good baggage or good residual. Like, and one of the areas I would definitely say is communication. You are definitely able to effectively communicate, and you establish those rules. And we had some, adjustments that we had to make, but ultimately you definitely brought in some good traits for communicating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into it. So, what's some examples of baggage? Can you give me some examples of? I don't know if you want to get in depth and give me some of your baggage, or just baggage in general. It's up to you, babe.
I would say unprocessed trauma from childhood. I don't think sometimes we go through life and things occur, and sometimes we don't go back and pinpoint where it happened or what caused it. And then we're walking around and we have these triggers and we have these experiences that shape our lives, and we don't realize that, this came from this particular incident and I need to address it. So even you and I, we've had, I guess you're going to use the word friction.
Hey, whatever you want to use, baby. Sometimes friction is good too.
There we go. Definitely. It's always going to work out for the good, right?
You ain't got to lose up,
Sir,
my bad.
Come on.
Focus.
Yes. So we had adjustments that we've had to make because we both had different backgrounds.
Very true.
Whether it was from childhood or whether it was from a relationship, friendships, or life experiences. And we had to come together and say, this doesn't work, or this isn't effective.
Right.
So I don't think all baggage is bad.
No, most definitely. Some baggages are really good. I've heard people say, he has kids or she has kids. That's baggage. I don't think kids are baggage. I really don't. I think, when you're going out, when you first start dating, that's something that you share.
Yeah, well, you should.
Because that's part of you.
Yeah, you should. But I've also heard, on the contrary, that some people just want to be with the person. They don't want the child. And I feel like if you're with that person, that's the whole package. Like, your children are my children. I had
kids, and when I started dating, one, I tried to protect them. So I literally told them I'm not going to bring anybody around until it's serious.
Very true.
So, of course, they didn't. The first young lady I was dating, they did not ever meet her. It never got to that stage. But, with you, of course, they got to meet you, and they just knew, okay, my dad's serious because we're meeting her.
Absolutely.
She's coming over, we're going out and doing things together. So they understood, okay, my dad's real serious about her. So.
No, I think that's important. You have to protect your children. And again, I don't view children as baggage. That's my package. So if you want me, you're going to take my kids. And that's important to me because I am a mother first before anything, and that's just how I roll. My children are with me. So I knew I could never be with a person who couldn't accept my children. Right. And when it comes to acceptance, it comes with everything. So thankfully, when you and I met and over the time, like, you've always treated my children as if they were your own from day one. So we've never had that problem. And the same thing with your boys. It's absolutely nothing I would not do for them because I love them. Yeah, even sometimes when you act crazy, I still love them. Yeah. Okay, next question.
I'm going to get some lines in my forehead. You keep talking.
So let me ask, is it normal to keep things from your past relationship to bring into a new relationship?
I think, and for me, I was kind of...
And how do you distinguish, and the second part of that is how you distinguish which things that you should bring with you?
There's certain things, and I don't have any examples for myself, but I know, like there's people who, maybe they were molested as a child. That's not something you broadcast on your first date with somebody. You gotta really get to know that person to understand if they can even... comprehend what you're telling them. Because some people, they don't get it. They don't understand that. And you're like, no, I went through some things, especially, childhood things or even past relationship things.
Absolutely.
You go through some things that you just can't express to that person, especially not someone you don't really know on your first or second date. It's, they gotta rock with you for a little bit and get to know you a little bit, and then you'll open up to them. Right.
But you don't want to wait until it's too late to disclose important information either.
Most definitely.
So you have to be mindful of that, like the timing of it.
Yeah.
When is the time acceptable? And I think that's based upon the relationship.
Yeah.
If you all go into the relationship and kind of like us, we went into the relationship and we were like, listen, we need to be fully transparent because we both had stuff that was going on and we both had, I wouldn't necessarily say issues. We just had different experiences. So we needed to make sure that we were in a relationship. I needed to make sure that I was in a relationship where I could be fully open and transparent with you, and that I was receiving the same thing from you, so I can know who you are, because that helps me to be able to determine who you are and what I'm getting involved in. You know, but like you said, like for example, you, when we first dated, and I wanted to know, you know, your background, you would definitely say, of course, I already knew because, you know, we worked together previously, but you wouldn't on your first, or would you, I guess is the question, on your first date, would you have told someone, hey, my wife has passed? So I'm
probably something to that level. Yeah, I mean, that's not a game changer in my eyes. So I definitely would have. I mean, of course, the first young lady I dated, of course, she knew my wife, so she did know that. But I would have shared if it was somebody who didn't know my wife. I definitely would have shared that because that's part of who I am now.
Okay.
It is part of who I am.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. So emotional baggage, is that a red flag? You know, I think emotional baggage develops from carrying unresolved issues from the past. They get in the way of opening up for something or someone new. So issues that haven't been healed can create a toxic mixture of behaviors and strategies that make it difficult to open up to one's heart.
That's definitely a big thing, and I'm probably a lot of things that kind of stop relationships early are those kind of things, those toxic behaviors that you had from previous relationships. I mean, you know, similar to you, there's times when you're like, are you doing what? What are you doing? Because you weren't used to seeing that in your previous relationship, where I'm like, this is what men do. This is really normal. And you will be shocked. And I'm like, babe, no, this is not shocking. This is just what men do.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you have some, I hate to call it this, but toxicity from your previous relationships, that can definitely hinder the relationship from even getting to a good level, a good spot to start. You might go on a date, first 1 or 2 dates, and you realize, oh no, this person got a lot of baggage that I just can't deal with. You quickly be like, yeah, let me go ahead. So within that first 30 days, you don't realize, nah, she ain't the one.
Absolutely.
Or he ain't the one. I gotta move on real quick. Because there is some real heavy things that people bring into relationships.
Absolutely, yeah. I was definitely going to say that. I think like being with someone who can't control the emotions, that's a big red flag. Guilt, that regret about their past, or they want to change you, that's like a red flag.
That's a big one, man.
If your thoughts or feelings are discounted, I feel like that's a huge red flag. They don't care anything about your thoughts or your feelings. I don't care to know about it. Oh, you feeling that way, so what? And it's like it's just thrown to the wayside. If they're very defensive, that's...
They're very selfish. I mean, there's a lot of things you can bring. There's even one where, and I hate to do this, but you know, there's a lot of, how would I call them, mama boys out there. They just can't get past the things that their mother do. Their mother is the most important person to them. And when you get into a relationship with another woman, the mother kind of sabotages things. That's not good at all.
Right.
You're dealing with one woman that you're trying to be with, but your mother is just so overbearing that she doesn't allow you to do what you have to do as a man. And we have some we have some boys out there like that. Yeah. Where their mother kind of controls everything, and they can't comprehend how to disconnect from their parents.
And you have to do that.
And you have to do that as a man.
Yeah.
And you know, the Bible says, and of course we're not married, but when you're getting to that point of getting married, you have to leave and cleave your parents. Because you are becoming a different person. And
I mean, I guess you can probably say the same thing for women. If a woman has this relationship with their father, because, you know, most of the time girls are very close to their dad, and they have this expectation, like, my husband is supposed to be how my father is. And then the husband is already put on this huge pedestal, like you have to adhere to these rules and everything that I've seen my dad do. And it's like, hold up, that was your father. It's a different relationship. I'm your husband now, so we're going to reestablish this type of relationship. And what you may have witnessed with you and your father, that's you all. But here, we're going to have something totally different. But I think that comes with communicating. That comes with having an understanding of that person's baggage and that person's experiences and lifestyle. And when you don't have that knowledge, it can be difficult.
Oh, definitely can. Definitely can.
And I was going to say one of the residuals, and And I don't necessarily see it as bad, but like for yourself, with your late wife, you were so used to driving. So when you and I got together, yeah. So when you and I got together, I'm like, I'm driving, and we would literally have little, I wouldn't even, they're not even dust up, so maybe little.
We racing to the car to see who's getting in the driver's seat. Because I guess, her previous relationship, she was used to being the one who was driving all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
For me, that was full on.
Yeah.
All the men I know that, I rock with my friends. They're the ones driving 90% of the time.
And that was you. You were always driving. So you were like, you have to. And I'm saying, like, no, you're tired. You had a long day. I can drive. I have the ability to drive. Mm-hmm. So while I appreciated you showing me something new and you wanting to drive all the time, I still felt as if I still had a duty to be able to still drive because I am capable of doing that. Mm-hmm. So
not no more, because now she goes straight to that passenger seat
with all my snacks.
Stop. She'll get out the car. When we get back in, she went on the other side.
TC, stop. We're not disclosing everything on this.
That's not the truth?
That is the truth.
She got princess passenger.
I try not to be, though, sometimes. I do. Yeah. I try not to be sometimes.
I can either confirm nor deny that.
I'm sure. So that was just leading to the question of how you communicate your baggage with your partner. I think it's very essential that you all sit down and you have a conversation, or as things happen, you have those conversations, those courageous conversations, because that's exactly what it can be sometimes.
Oh, it definitely can be that.
Yeah.
Because, me being a widower, and I think I brought, and this is the one thing we did have a conversation with, I overwhelmed her sometimes because I didn't, I had that experience of having the loved one there and then they're gone the next day. Mm-hmm. So I kind of got real clingy when it came to her.
That is true.
I always wanted to be around her. I always wanted to do things with her. But we, we're two different individuals. We still have to have our space to do things that we like to do by ourselves. Yeah. And it took me a while to adjust to that, because I think I just took in, I don't want to miss any time that I can spend with her. So it got to a point where we had to have a conversation and sit down. She was like, look, I love you. I know you love me, but I need some space. Yeah. I need to be able to do some things that I like to do by myself.
Yeah. And I guess also a part of my residual was that I was in previous relationships and I didn't operate like that, where we didn't have cuddle moments or we were sitting down all the time engaging in conversation with each other. We talked, but it wasn't to that magnitude. So for me coming into this new relationship, that was very foreign for me. And I'm like, hold on, I feel overwhelmed. This is just too much. And we had, like you said, we had those conversations where we just had to balance it out. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like I didn't want to be with you or whatever, but I still needed my time because I wanted to do something for myself, or I just wanted to sit down by myself, or just whatever, have a moment for myself.
And I had to get to the point where I understood what she meant. And then I had to get to the point where I was like, yeah, I like to do stuff for myself too.
Absolutely.
When it was moments where she felt overwhelmed or just needed some space, I would just go do some things that I like to do.
Yeah. But I will also say, and we've even talked about this earlier today, that we're best friends. So naturally we want to do everything together.
But we know we can't. Some things
so sometimes we just have to tell each other, hold on, I'm going to have a moment, or I'm going out, or I'm just going to sit here, or whatever the case. And then I am very, I don't know if we ever discussed this, but I am very structured. Mm-hmm. And you are very
free flow. Free flowing.
I don't know which word you want to put the emphasis.
I'm sitting with free flowing.
Emphasis on free and emphasis on definitely flowing.
That can apply to multiple areas. You get what I'm saying?
Oh God, here we go. Anyway, in your free flowing arena. And it works well for us because in that area we're very different and we need.
She's very structured, organized.
Yes.
She'll text me all the time. She'll be like, we're going to do this, this, and this. Give me some dates. I'm like, what? And look in June and give me some dates for things we can do this, this, and this. And I'm like, I don't even know what's happening in June right now.
And you always be like, we'll get there when we get there. Your favorite phrase is, we'll figure it out. And that kills me. That bothers me. I'm like, absolutely not. We cannot figure that out.
I want to know tomorrow what we're doing.
So also with me being very structured, I have a to-do list.
That she does.
TC every single day. TC wakes up and what did he say? Free flow.
Let me see what I gotta do, but I mean, it cannot be done immediately.
There's absolutely no structure to the day. And when he and I first started dating, he would tell me, the only thing I gotta do today is get my son from school. And that was like the only thing on the list. And I'm like, I got this whole list.
We got 42 items to do. And I'm like, well, you go ahead and check that stuff out. I'm over here chilling.
That is really you. So because of that, because of our differences, we had to realize that I still needed time to be able to get my to-do list done, whereas you just, freely flowed throughout the day with your task, if you had any, or however you would go about getting things done. So we had to learn how to properly balance that.
Okay. Yeah. We worked on it. We got it. So there's times, I'll go over to her house and she'll be like, I got X, Y, and Z to do, and I'll just walk away and go out in the living room or whatever and just
do something else.
And every once in a while, I'll just walk in and check, you good, babe? You need anything? But then I'll go back out there. It might be an hour or two. We haven't even kind of talked. But because she has her to-do list, and I'm just giving her space to
freely flowing.
But before, that would be a problem for me. I was literally sitting out here with her trying to talk to her. She was like, babe, I'm trying to finish this.
Yes.
Let me finish this. Babe, you see me doing something? Babe. And I was like, okay, I got it now. I got it. But it took a while. It was definitely, an adjustment. It was definitely something that was needed because that could have been a problem if it kept lingering along. And every time she felt like I don't have space, I'm not, I'm overwhelmed by you. I need some space from you.
Yeah.
And that's fine. It's fine. As I told her, I'm good with that. But it was to the point where as long as she told me,
right,
I could understand. And I was like, okay, babe, no problem.
Which kind of also leads to communication, because I also had the expectation sometimes that you could see I'm doing 1,000,001 things. Why are you disturbing me with this? And you're like, you need to communicate with me. So I literally had to say, and I had to learn, I have to say, babe, I need a moment so I can finish these things. As soon as I finish these things, then we can move to the next step. But again, I was under the expectation, like, I don't have to say it to you. You see that I'm engaged in so many different things that's going on. And you literally was like, yeah, I see it, but you're doing it. So it's not really a big
You know how y'all ladies, we can multitask. We can do 8 things at one time.
Yeah.
As I tell them all the time, you can't focus on 8
next
different things
topic.
and do them effectively. We can go to the next topic. That's fine. Go ahead. Get your next little stinking little topic. Go ahead.
There's nothing next. There's nothing
Oh, there's nothing else left?
Absolutely not. Yeah, so I think the baggage can impact the relationship in a positive or a negative way. It really depends on the partner or the people in the relationship, I feel. Because if you allow the negative baggage to sabotage the relationship, it will very quickly.
Yeah, as they say, as we joke about this all the time, the devil got a lot of minions out there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, from day to day, we get texts and things from people, and we like, what is going on?
Yeah, this is crazy. Absolutely. But on the reverse or the opposite, I feel like positive baggage can help enhance the relationship if it's effectively incorporated. Yeah. So we've gotten to a place where we've been able to address our baggage, so we have a better understanding of each other, right? So like with you losing your wife, I now know sometimes you have those moments because of that experience. But if I didn't know that, I probably went, why are you this or why, you know what I mean? So you have to be open with your partner and express things with your partner. And even I had to do with my past relationships, come and tell you, hey, I experienced this before, so you can have an understanding now that when you do something, it's perceived this way because of that experience.
And this is why it's not me trying to nag. It's not
absolutely. Yeah. Did you say me nagging?
No, I didn't say you nagged. I said it's not perceived as me thinking you're nagging.
Okay. I don't think you ever perceived that. You see the wrinkle?
I see the lines in the forehead.
It may be time for our quickie.
Hold on. Let me do my Kevin trick. Hey, my beautiful queen.
Hey, boo.
Oh, yeah. Kevin gave me that little trick. He said, just call him beautiful.
Shout out to Kev OG.
Just call him beautiful. They love it.
That's right. Shout out to Kev OG.
My bad, my beautiful queen. I ain't mean nothing like that. You definitely don't nag. You never nag.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I can tell you if you have nagged.
Just a little bit.
just a little bite size.
So let me ask, what have I nagged you in? Huh? How did I nag you?
If you remember from the last episode about that trash, now I didn't realize I got bamboozled.
Oh, no. Let's go back to what you were saying when it's a man's duty. So that's a man's duty.
Oh.
Or is it not? So we got to talk about that on the episode of roles.
Yes, roles and expectations.
Yes.
Roles and responsibilities in a relationship. Yeah, we're going to touch on that.
I wouldn't have to nag you if you already did it. You ready to go to the quickie?
Yeah.
See, I knew.
We get to the quickie.
All right, so what is the quickie of the day?
Okay, so the quickie of the day is timing important when it comes to disclosing your baggage? For example, do you agree that some baggage shouldn't be disclosed or revealed very early in a relationship, but perhaps later after knowing the person? So I guess we kind of touched on this already, but I think so, yeah. There's certain things I feel you're not supposed to disclose with somebody that you just getting to know.
Absolutely, yeah.
As I say, you don't get to know the full me. I'm the representative for a little bit until I can know that I can trust you with giving you that information. Yeah. Vulnerable. Because some people, you give it to them too early, they'll take advantage of it.
Absolutely. I met this guy, such and such, they're waiting to just take the information back to somebody or do something. So like you said, I think the biggest part of what you said is trust. Yeah. Definitely.
So it takes a while to get to know somebody, to know that you even want to, be with them. Now, as we say, men, it don't take us maybe 90 days or so to know if this is the one. But, y'all women, y'all can take a little bit longer than that.
Oh, yeah. It's a whole process for us. Absolutely.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, so I definitely concur with you. I feel like it just depends on the relationship and where you at, what stage in your relationship that you're in to be able to disclose. And then the information. And then I think it also depends on what information it is. There may be some information I'm okay with disclosing with you after the first date. There may be some I need to wait for 90 days or something like that, or it needs to be some that may take a little longer just for me to be able to make sure I'm comfortable enough with you, as you mentioned, and trust you, and you have those characteristics to be able to disclose that to you.
Cut you off. But how do you deal with that? Let's say you go out on a date with a young lady and they literally give you their whole life journey on that thing. I know for men, that normally scares us away. We're like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Why are you telling me all of this? You did what? You did this and you did... We don't want to know all that on the first date. So that will scare a man off. So if there's any ladies out there and you dating, please don't go into the first date telling him everything. We want a little suspense. We want a little surprise. We want to learn you gradually. We don't want to know everything about you today. And you think, we're getting married tomorrow because I told you everything today.
Right.
It don't work like that.
But I think also, sometimes women maybe be on this clock, so they realize they got to rush and hurry up and get someone. So it's like, it's ticking, so they
just want a baby.
So it's like, let me just hurry up. So let me just get it all out there and you can decide now if you're ready. And it's like, slow down.
Right.
And that's the thing, you got to enjoy the journey of dating. And we've definitely enjoyed the journey. We haven't rushed into anything, and it allowed us just great time to continue to learn the person.
And it's funny because I still get that from time to time where they're like, what's taking you so long?
Yeah.
Like, it was literally a coach the other day came up to her and asked her, she said, he was like, what do you ask you? Y'all married yet? Y'all get married yet?
He was whispering.
Yeah, he was whispering.
Have y'all done it yet? I'm like, yes, we have. Oh, no. No, we have not.
We've done that a lot, but that's not what we talk about.
I'm just teasing.
Focus.
No, I'm just teasing. No, but he did just come up whispering to me, did y'all get married yet? And I'm like, no, trust me, everyone will know what we do. Yes.
And of course, we've played a couple of April Fool's jokes on folks.
A couple of pranks been good. Especially on Mama Ross. Hey, Mama Ross.
Shout out to my mama.
Yes. My mama too. I call her my mama too.
You call her mama in love or something like that?
Yes, definitely. She is my mama in love. I love her.
We know we're going to get married. And there's no secret about it. We've already kind of started planning it. We just don't officially have a date.
Actually, we do officially have a date.
We don't want to get that out because somebody been stole our date.
That's true. I didn't say that, but I'm just saying officially we do have a date.
But no, so a couple of months ago, we went to Puerto Rico.
Babe, that's enough.
No.
Yes, we
no. It's not that serious.
No, it is.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Shut up, Tamil.
There we go.
Shut up, TC.
Come on. No,
You letting
TC.
Too much out.
That's right, TC. So, in conclusion.
Oh, dang. She like, we got in this show right now. Information. Whatever. But no, people know. You can see our love, so people know it's gonna come. You know, we've had people when we do joke, and it was like, oh, well, that's fine. Y'all joking right now, but we know it's coming.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I'm not, we're not in a rush, but we know it's coming.
Yeah. But like I said, I think we're taking our time, and that's good because we're enjoying this journey. So that when we do officially,
we got everything in order and everything straight. We're struggling.
Absolutely. Yeah. Or not only that, just struggle in the relationship. And there's going to be relationship struggles, but I mean the basics. You want to know the person that you're getting married to, and you want to have a clear understanding of their background and everything else. So we've had enough time to be able to not just know it, but to address those issues. Because we both had issues on both sides. So when we talk about residuals, we both have residuals. We both have positive and negative residuals. I can say over the course of time, we've worked on some of the negative ones.
We definitely have.
And I think that some of them are still in progress and probably will.
Some of them are.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always going to be a work in progress.
Right.
As we said last week, there's going to be things that's just going to trigger you. You don't even realize it was a trigger.
Until it happens.
Until it happens. You're
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. That really does affect me still.
Yeah.
And that still bothers me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But, we get to the point where we do know what that is and we can kind of navigate it effectively. And then if, anything goes awry, we sit down and we have a conversation. I think if anybody can get anything from these episodes we've done so far, communication is extremely important.
It is.
When it comes to dealing with issues in a relationship.
Yeah, and just make a note, babe, that we're not relationship experts.
We are not. We are not.
So just giving you a disclaimer.
I ain't got no degree for that.
We are just two people.
Those folks out there that say, you ain't perfect enough to be doing the podcast. Podcasts don't have to be perfect. That's the beauty of it. We're just talking. And the beauty of it is we are best of friends, so we do communicate extremely effectively. So you take that for what it is. For those out there that, got some negative things to say about the podcast, don't listen.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Keep it on because you need to hear the information. Just don't think maybe if the messenger is the problem.
Go back and listen to that communication one. So, you know who you are. Right. Go back and listen to that communication one.
Yeah. So, yeah, I definitely want to say that we're not experts at all, but we're just two people that are in love, and we just want to share our love story, and God has put us in position and has given us this direction to take, and that's just what we're following. So, again, like you said, if you get anything from these podcasts, what would it be?
Communicate, and communicate some more.
Yeah.
Listen to your partner. And just show them genuine love throughout the process. If you can do that, you're ahead of 90% of the people who probably been married.
Yeah.
And we just in a relationship. So just keep in mind, we trying to do things right before the actual marriage. Where when we get into the marriage, it's easy. I'm a coach, so I'm always like, practice. Practice how you're going to play. So what we're doing is we're dating how we're going to be married.
Yes.
And I don't see any problem with that. It's a great feeling. It's a wonderful thing to be where we are and doing what we're doing. I mean, this podcast is a blessing.
It is.
Hopefully, we've heard some feedback from people who's like, we love it. Those that don't, we ain't got nothing to do with that.
No, we're not worried. We don't even entertain that. We don't give it any time.
We're going to continue to do what we're supposed to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely agree.
So let's end on that.
Okay. Go ahead. Take it away.
So, as we say at the end all the time, we want to thank you.
Thank you
for just listening, tuning into this podcast. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for rocking with us. We appreciate you. And next week, we got another interesting topic for you.
Here it is.
Is it possible to get too content in your relationship or your marriage?
Can't get too comfortable.
Hold on. Pause for the silence. Yeah, I'm on your street. There's a lot of people out here who are just roommates. Y'all just living in the same house. Y'all don't interact. Y'all don't talk. Y'all don't do much of nothing else.
Is that healthy?
It's definitely not healthy. So please tune in next week. Getting content in your relationship.
Let's avoid it.
Please please and thank you.
Yeah.
So once again, just thank you for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week, or hopefully you're listening to next week.